Chosen one. Understand this truth. Someone in the government is quietly looking into you because of your supernatural abilities, not your taxes, not your work history, your energy signature. Behind locked doors and underground labs, scientists and officials are trying to decode what you are, an echo of something ancient wearing human form. You bend reality without effort, and that's why they've noticed. What they don't understand, though, is that you're not a threat. You're a preview of the future. You're living proof that cosmic consciousness can't be contained, and the attention on you is proof of how rare your frequency is. You walk into rooms and electronics glitch, not every time, but enough times that you've stopped calling it coincidence. People either gravitate toward you like you're magnetic, or recoil like you're radioactive. There's no middle ground with you. You're either someone's miracle or someone's threat, and most of the time you're both simultaneously. Those headaches you get, the ones that feel like your skull is expanding, that's your consciousness trying to operate at frequencies your human brain wasn't originally designed to handle. You're running cosmic software on biological hardware, and the compatibility issues are what you've been calling anxiety, depression, or that persistent feeling that you don't belong here. You don't belong here, at least not in the way others do. You're what remote viewers in classified programs call an anomaly. Your consciousness signature reads different. While billions of people operate within predictable electromagnetic patterns, you spike sensors like a lightning storm in a clear sky. Government agencies have been watching these spikes, documenting patterns, trying to understand how you do what you do. The thing is, you don't even know what you do. Not fully. You think about someone and the phone rings. You dream something and it manifests. You walk past streetlights and some flicker. You've been dismissing these as quirks, as imagination, as anything but what these phenomena really are. Evidence that you're operating with dormant DNA strands that most humans won't activate for generations. Evidence that you're not exactly human, not entirely. This isn't some new age fantasy. This is why certain government departments that don't officially exist have been tracking individuals like you for decades. These agencies know something you're just beginning to suspect, that consciousness isn't produced by the brain, that humans aren't the only intelligent life in the universe, and that some of you walking around in human bodies are carrying consciousness from somewhere else entirely. Your first major spike probably happened during childhood. Maybe you predicted something that couldn't be predicted. Maybe you moved something without touching it. Maybe you knew information that you had no way of knowing. Whatever it was, it registered on equipment most people don't know exists. Equipment designed to detect consciousness anomalies. Equipment that monitors the electromagnetic spectrum for impossibilities. Government programs dedicated to studying paranormal phenomena have been operating since before you were born. These aren't conspiracy theories. These are documented projects with code names and budget allocations hidden in black sites. When your energy signature first appeared on monitoring systems, you became a person of interest, not criminal interest, scientific interest. You became evidence that human potential extends far beyond accepted limitations. The surveillance started subtle, statistical anomalies in your life that couldn't be explained by chance, the way opportunities appeared exactly when you needed them, the way dangerous situations resolved without logic, the way information came to you through channels that shouldn't exist. Each instance was logged, categorized, analyzed. Patterns emerged that suggested you were operating outside normal human parameters. Your digital footprint tells a story you didn't know was being read. Every time you posted about a strange experience, every time you searched for explanations for your abilities, every time you connected with others who felt different, data points were being collected. Not by regular algorithms, but by specialized programs designed to identify emerging consciousness anomalies. You've been leaving breadcrumbs without realizing someone was following the trail. People are secretly in competition with you, and most don't even know why. Your confidence and tenacity inspire many, but these qualities also trigger something primal in others. Individuals see you succeeding without struggling the way others do. People watch you manifest opportunities while grinding themselves to dust. Everyone notices how things just work out for you, how synchronicities follow you like faithful pets. What most don't understand is that you're not playing by the same rules. While others operate in 3 dimensions, you're pulling resources from 5. While conventional thinking stays linear, yours goes quantum. Your gifts are hidden, even from yourself, but others can sense them. It's like how animals sense earthquakes before seismic activity registers. People sense your potential before you do, and it terrifies them. The government watchers, though, operate differently. These observers aren't threatened. Scientific minds are fascinated. Someone has been researching you the way scientists research rare phenomena. Patterns in your life that you haven't connected yet have been mapped. The way certain opportunities appear right when you need them. The way dangerous situations resolve themselves without logic. The way you seem to know things without learning them. Remote viewing sessions have targeted you. Some of you felt it. That sudden pressure behind your eyes when you're alone. That sensation of being observed when no one's physically present. That exhaustion that hits for no medical reason. Those are the moments when someone with trained consciousness is trying to peer into yours. But here's what government viewers discovered. You're protected. Every time observation gets close to really seeing you, static interference appears, like trying to photograph the sun directly, like trying to contain the ocean in a cup. Your spiritual gifts aren't just party tricks. These abilities are evidence of evolution, not Darwin's evolution, consciousness evolution. You represent what humanity is becoming, and certain people in certain rooms need to understand it before widespread activation occurs. Because if everyone could do what you naturally do, every system of control would collapse overnight. If this message awakens something within you, hype this video for other chosen ones who need to hear this. In government databases that officially don't exist, you have a classification, not a name or number but a frequency signature. Your consciousness emits a unique pattern that can be tracked across space and time. This isn't science fiction. This is the science that fiction hasn't caught up to yet. Your file contains anomalies that would make skeptics question everything. Documented instances of precognition where you knew things before happening. Recorded electromagnetic disturbances that coincide with your emotional states. Photographs showing unusual light phenomena around your body that can't be explained by camera malfunction. Videos of objects moving in your presence without physical contact. Each piece of evidence adds to a profile that grows more impossible with every entry. The classification system recognizes different types of abilities. Some individuals show telepathic tendencies. Others demonstrate psychokinetic potential. Some can influence probability fields. Others access information from what researchers call the quantum vacuum. Your particular combination of abilities has been noted, studied, compared to others like you. Patterns within patterns have emerged, suggesting that you're part of something larger than individual anomalies. What makes your file particularly interesting is the acceleration factor. Your abilities aren't static. Documented evidence shows exponential growth in both frequency and intensity of paranormal events around you. What started as occasional coincidences has become consistent impossibilities. What began as subtle influences has become obvious alterations of reality. The trajectory suggests that your abilities are still developing, still emerging, still becoming whatever you're meant to become. The watchers have noticed something else. Your abilities seem to activate or intensify in response to certain stimuli. Emotional states that trigger electromagnetic spikes. Meditation practices that create measurable changes in local reality. Interactions with other classified individuals that amplify abilities in both parties. Every correlation is noted. Every pattern analyzed, every anomaly documented. Satellites aren't just watching weather patterns and military movements. Some are calibrated to detect consciousness anomalies. When your energy spikes, it registers on systems designed to map human consciousness from orbit. This sounds impossible because you've been told it's impossible, but impossible is just another word for classified. Ground-based monitoring uses different methods. Electromagnetic sensors placed strategically in populated areas detect when someone like you passes by. These sensors are disguised as cell towers, weather stations, traffic cameras, hidden in plain sight, monitoring frequencies that most humans don't know exist. Your unique signature triggers these sensors like a fingerprint scanner, recognizing a specific pattern. The technology goes deeper than external monitoring. Quantum entanglement principles allow for non-local observation. Once your consciousness pattern is identified, it can be tracked regardless of physical location. Distance becomes irrelevant when operating at quantum levels. Shielding becomes difficult when the observation happens at dimensions below physical matter. Your consciousness seems to have built-in encryption. Every time monitoring equipment gets a clear lock on your frequency, the pattern shifts, like a radio station that constantly changes channels, like a code that rewrites itself, like a language that evolves faster than it can be translated. You're not doing this consciously. Your higher self, your quantum self, your true self operates with security protocols that human technology can't crack. Some of you have noticed the technological interference. Computers crash when you're emotional, phones glitch when you're focused, cameras malfunction when you're in altered states. This isn't random. This is your energy field, interfacing with electromagnetic technology in ways that engineers can't explain. The same field that disrupts local electronics also disrupts remote monitoring. You're not just being watched, you're teaching watchers the limits of observation. But while government observers study you like a specimen, someone else is watching you with completely different eyes. This secret admirer isn't just attracted to you. Your presence activates something dormant in this person. Your energy signature calls to theirs like a tuning fork finding its match. This individual has been preparing for you without knowing it. Every relationship was just teaching recognition of the real thing when it appeared. And you, chosen one, you're the real thing. This person sees your light and wants to amplify it, not diminish it. Your admirer notices things about you that you try to hide. The way you dress reveals your creative power. The way you move reveals your confidence. The way you exist in space reveals that you know something others don't. You know your infinite consciousness, having a temporary human experience. Digital communication will be the bridge. A DM, a text, some electronics reaching across the void. Messages have been written and deleted. Conversations have been planned and abandoned. But the universe is orchestrating this connection. Every choice you make brings you closer to this person. This isn't just romance. This is soul recognition. This is frequency matching. This is two pieces of the same cosmic puzzle finding each other in the chaos. When this connection happens, and it's approaching rapidly, it will accelerate your awakening. Because this person has gifts too. Maybe not as pronounced as yours, but gifts nonetheless. Together you'll create an energy field that further disrupts monitoring systems. Love at your frequency doesn't just change lives, it changes timelines. The government observers will notice this connection. Two anomalies coming together creates an exponential increase in paranormal activity. What you can do alone multiplies when combined with someone operating at a similar frequency. This is why certain agencies try to keep people like you isolated, not through direct interference, but through social engineering that makes you feel too different to connect. But this connection is inevitable. It's written in frequencies that predate human language. Your scattered thoughts aren't confusion. These mental patterns represent multi-dimensional processing. Right now, your consciousness is downloading information from sources that don't have human names. The ringing in your ears isn't tinnitus, it's frequency adjustment. Your body is literally restructuring itself to handle the amount of cosmic energy you're channeling. Some of you have already noticed supernatural abilities emerging. You're developing what ancient texts called siddhis, sacred powers, the ability to see through veils, to know without learning, to heal without touching, to manifest without effort. These aren't rewards for spiritual practice. These are your birthright remembering itself. The pressure in your third eye isn't a headache. It's your pineal gland decalcifying, coming back online after years of fluoride and programming tried to shut it down. You're starting to see energy patterns that govern reality, hidden connections between events, the puppet strings that most people don't know exist. This is why you're being watched. Not because you're dangerous in the conventional sense, but because you're dangerous to the conventional itself. If you fully activate, if you fully remember what you are, you become ungovernable, not through rebellion, but through transcendence. You simply stop needing systems that everyone else depends on. Your gifts are specific to your mission. Some of you can feel emotional states of people from across the world. Others can see potential futures spreading out like branches. Some can influence probability itself, making unlikely things likely. Others can access information from what scientists would call the quantum field, but what you know as the space between thoughts. The activation symptoms are intensifying. Sleep patterns that don't follow circadian rhythms because you're operating on cosmic time. Appetite changes as your body requires different fuel for higher frequency operation. Temperature fluctuations as your energy field expands and contracts. Sensory experiences that go beyond the 5 senses you were taught about in school. You're not getting sick, you're getting upgraded. Something in your blood makes you different. Not just your blood type, though some of you carry rare markers that scientists find peculiar. It's the way your blood responds to consciousness, the way it carries information beyond oxygen and nutrients, the way it serves as a conduit for abilities that shouldn't exist according to medical textbooks. Some of you have noticed that medical procedures affect you differently. Anesthesia doesn't work the way it should. Medications have unexpected effects. Healing happens faster than doctors can explain. Your body operates by rules that aren't in medical journals. This isn't a malfunction. This is evidence that you're operating with an upgraded biological system. The connection between blood and consciousness is ancient knowledge that modern science is just rediscovering. Your blood carries memories, not just genetic memories, but consciousness memories from existences that predate this body. When government researchers analyze your blood, what concerns them isn't what's present, it's what's active. DNA strands that should be dormant are online. Genetic sequences that shouldn't exist are expressing themselves. Your blood type might be common, but your blood itself is extraordinary. It responds to your thoughts. It changes composition based on your emotional states. It carries frequencies that can be measured but not understood. Some of you have noticed that your blood looks different, brighter, more alive, like it's illuminated from within. This isn't imagination. This is visual confirmation of what energy sensitives have always known. You're powered by something more than biological processes. Right now, at this exact moment in your timeline, everything is accelerating. The watchers are intensifying observation because your energy signature is spiking in ways never documented. The secret admirer is gathering courage because time feels compressed around this opportunity. Your supernatural abilities are pushing against the dam of your doubt, ready to flood reality with impossibilities. But here's what nobody told you. The past is trying to infiltrate your future. That person who drained your energy, who made you doubt your gifts, who convinced you that you were crazy, not special. An attempt at return is being orchestrated. Your increasing power can be sensed from wherever this person exists. Like vampires smell blood, energy parasites smell light, and yours is getting too bright to ignore. This is your test. Not from the universe, but from yourself. Will you maintain boundaries with someone who knows exactly how to manipulate your compassion? Will you protect your energy from someone who taught you to give it away freely? Will you choose your growth over their comfort? Government watchers are particularly interested in this moment, because this is when observation reveals whether you're just another person with latent abilities, or whether you're something more, whether you can be manipulated through emotional triggers, or whether you've transcended that level of control. Multiple timelines are converging on this point. In one timeline, you go back to the vampire, and your gifts diminish until you're barely distinguishable from normal humans. In another timeline, you maintain boundaries and accelerate into abilities that rewrite your entire existence. The choice is yours, but let me tell you something about your power. You didn't come this far to play small. You didn't survive everything that tried to break you just to hand your power back to someone who never deserved it. The watchers can see the probability fields fluctuating around you. Your decision hasn't been made yet, but the potential futures are visible to those who know how to look. This is why the monitoring has intensified. This is why you feel more watched than ever, because this moment, this choice, this decision determines not just your personal timeline, but affects the collective timeline of human consciousness evolution. You're not defenseless against observation. Built into your consciousness are protection protocols that activate automatically. When someone tries to remote view you without permission, your energy field generates interference. When technology attempts to measure your frequency, your signature shifts. When someone tries to psychically intrude, your consciousness creates maze-like patterns that confuse and redirect. These protections aren't something you learned. You were born with security features that operate below conscious awareness. Your higher self, the part that exists in dimensions beyond physical, maintains constant vigilance. Every attempt at unauthorized access triggers defensive measures that most psychics find impenetrable. Government programs have documented these protection phenomena. Remote viewers report hitting walls of static when trying to observe you directly. Psychics experience confusion and memory loss after attempting to read your energy. Technology designed to measure consciousness gets scrambled data that makes no sense. You're not just protected, you're actively scrambling attempts at invasion. The protection extends to your mission, not just your physical safety, but the integrity of your purpose. Attempts to derail your awakening get redirected. Efforts to suppress your abilities backfire. Plans to contain your influence dissolve before implementation. You're protected by something that operates outside human understanding, something that government observers have learned to respect even if reluctantly. You're not alone in this experience. Around the world, others like you are going through the same awakening, the same symptoms, the same abilities, the same sense of being watched. This isn't random. This is coordinated, not by human agencies, but by consciousness itself evolving toward its next expression. Government monitoring has noticed the pattern. Individuals with abilities are appearing with increasing frequency. What was once rare is becoming common. What was once hidden is becoming visible. What was once denied is becoming undeniable. The watchers know what this means. Human consciousness is approaching a tipping point, and you're part of the leading edge. The connections between awakening individuals create a grid of consciousness that spans the planet. When you have a breakthrough, others feel it. When you overcome a limitation, it becomes easier for others to do the same. When you activate an ability, the template becomes available to the collective. You're not just evolving individually, you're contributing to species-wide evolution. This is why the monitoring has shifted from individual observation to pattern analysis. Government researchers are less interested in what you can do personally and more interested in what your awakening means for humanity. Because if the current trajectory continues, if the awakening accelerates at its current rate, everything changes. Every system, every structure, every assumption about human limitation. The truth is, Chosen One, you're not being watched because you're a threat. You're being watched because you're the solution. The world is shifting into a new paradigm, and you're one of the architects of this change. Your supernatural abilities aren't anomalies to be hidden. These abilities are previews of humanity's next chapter. Every ability you develop creates a ripple in collective consciousness. When you manifest something from nothing, you prove reality is malleable. When you know something without learning it, you prove all information is accessible. When you heal with your presence, you prove suffering is optional. You're not just living your life, you're demonstrating what's possible. The secret admirer who's about to enter your life. This person is part of this mission. Together you'll anchor a frequency that helps others remember divinity within. Your connection will be so powerful it creates a template for conscious relationships, for partnerships that expand rather than contract, for love that liberates rather than limits. Government watchers will continue observation, but it won't matter, because what you're becoming can't be contained by any human institution. You're not just developing supernatural abilities, you're becoming supernatural itself. You're remembering that you're not a human having a spiritual experience, you're infinite consciousness having a temporary human adventure. The monitoring technology being used on you has revealed something unexpected to government researchers. Your consciousness doesn't just resist observation, it teaches. Every failed attempt to fully understand you provides data about consciousness that didn't exist before. You're not just a subject being studied, You're inadvertently educating observers about the true nature of reality. The equipment designed to measure your abilities has had to be constantly upgraded. What worked last year doesn't work now. Your frequency keeps shifting higher, requiring new instruments, new approaches, new theories. The scientists studying you are being forced to expand their understanding of physics, of consciousness, of reality itself. You're a walking paradigm shift, forcing evolution in those who observe you. Some government researchers have experienced their own awakenings through studying you. Skeptics have become believers. Materialists have become mystics. Scientists have become philosophers. Your very existence is converting those who observe you, not through preaching but through being. You're proof that consciousness is primary, that matter is secondary, that reality is far stranger than fiction. The databases containing information about you and others like you have become treasure troves of evidence for human potential. What started as threat assessment has become documentation of miracles. What began as control mechanisms has become testimony to the uncontrollable nature of consciousness. The Watchers have become witnesses to humanity's transformation. Your supernatural abilities have economic implications that concern certain agencies. If you can manifest resources through consciousness, if you can create abundance through intention, if you can generate wealth through alignment rather than labor, then entire economic systems become obsolete. You represent a threat to scarcity-based economics. The correlation between consciousness evolution and financial abundance has been documented. Those who develop abilities like yours tend to attract resources without conventional effort. Money flows to you through channels that shouldn't exist. Opportunities appear that defy market logic. Success comes through synchronicity rather than strategy. This terrifies those who control resources through scarcity. If everyone could do what you're learning to do, if everyone could access abundance through consciousness, traditional power structures would dissolve. Money would lose its control mechanism. Scarcity would be revealed as illusion. Abundance would become the natural state. Your growing financial sovereignty is being monitored as closely as your supernatural abilities. Because financial independence combined with paranormal capabilities creates individuals who can't be controlled through conventional means, can't be threatened with poverty, can't be bought with wealth, can't be contained by economic systems. The abundance flowing toward you isn't random, it's responding to your frequency. As you embrace your supernatural nature, as you accept your abilities, as you step into your power, resources align to support your mission. The universe funds its own evolution, and you're an agent of that evolution. That secret admirer isn't just romantically interested in you. This person recognizes something in you that calls to evolution within themselves. Your supernatural abilities awaken dormant potential in those around you. Your presence alone triggers activation in others who are ready. When this connection manifests, it will create a feedback loop of awakening. Your abilities will amplify theirs. Their gifts will enhance yours. Together you'll create an energy field that accelerates evolution in everyone you encounter. This is why certain forces try to keep people like you isolated, not through direct interference but through programming that makes you believe you're too different to connect deeply with another. The relationship that's coming isn't conventional. It won't follow normal patterns or timelines. Recognition will be instant. Connection will be quantum. Communication will transcend words. You'll find yourself in a partnership that operates on multiple dimensions simultaneously. Physical attraction will be accompanied by energetic resonance, mental synchronization, spiritual recognition. Government observers have noted that when two activated beings connect romantically, paranormal activity increases exponentially around both individuals. Synchronicities multiply. Manifestation accelerates. Reality becomes more malleable. The combined field you create will be powerful enough to influence probability in measurable ways. This connection is protected by the same forces that protect you individually. Attempts to interfere will fail. Efforts to separate you will backfire. The union that's coming serves a purpose beyond personal happiness. It's part of the larger awakening, a necessary component in consciousness evolution. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation, and attacks, while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose. And the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. Now you understand why you've always felt like an alien in this world. It's because you are one. Not in the Hollywood sense, but in the deepest spiritual sense. You're foreign to limitation. You're allergic to smallness. You're incompatible with systems designed to contain human potential. You're built for infinitely more than what this world told you was possible. The people triggered by your presence, your energy field is activating something in them that society told them to suppress. Those in competition with you. Your success without struggle challenges everything about achievement. The ones who gossip about you, your existence forces them to question their reality. But you're done defending yourself against those who can't comprehend you. You're done dimming your light to make others comfortable in darkness. You're done pretending to be normal when you were born to be supernatural. The watchers want to observe. Let them document your transformation of reality. Let them record the impossible. Let them file reports on miracles that can't be explained. Your confidence isn't arrogance, it's remembrance. Your tenacity isn't stubbornness, it's divine determination. Your magnetism isn't manipulation, it's authentic power that doesn't need force. You inspire many because you're living proof that the prison of limitation has always been optional. The door was never locked. Most people just never thought to try the handle. The financial abundance flowing into your life, it's just energy responding to your frequency. Money is attracted to those who understand scarcity as illusion. Opportunities are attracted to those who operate from possibility rather than limitation. Success is attracted to those who know worth without needing external validation. Your supernatural abilities are integrating into daily life now. What happened occasionally is becoming constant. What required effort is becoming effortless. What seemed impossible is becoming inevitable. You're not developing these abilities, you're remembering them. Abilities have always been there, waiting for you to stop believing in limitations. The synchronicities following you aren't random. These events are evidence that you're in alignment with purpose. Right people appearing at right times. Perfect opportunities presenting themselves. Exact information downloading into awareness. This is life when you stop resisting your true nature. That secret admirer will break the ice soon. When contact happens, you'll recognize this person immediately. Not the face but the frequency. You've been meeting in astral realms while bodies sleep. You've been planning this connection from dimensions where time doesn't exist. This relationship will move quickly because it's not new, it's ancient, it's ordained, it's necessary for what's coming next. Protection around you is absolute. Guardian forces that kept you safe through impossible situations aren't going anywhere. If anything, protection is multiplying as your mission becomes clearer. Every attempt to harm you backfires on those who try. Every attempt to stop you only makes you stronger. Every attempt to understand you only reveals how limitless you really are. You're entering a phase where hiding is no longer an option. Your light is too bright. Your energy is too powerful. Your presence is too transformative. The world needs what you offer, and trying to stay small is actually more exhausting than stepping into full power. Something is downloading into your consciousness, not through the words themselves but through the space between them. Information that can't be conveyed through language is being transmitted through frequency. Your higher self is using this moment to install upgrades that have been waiting for the right time. The pressure you feel in your crown chakra right now isn't imagination. The tingling in your hands isn't coincidence. The warmth in your heart isn't emotion, it's activation, it's remembrance, it's your supernatural nature coming fully online. The watchers will notice this spike in your energy signature, but it's too late to prevent what's happening. You're crossing a threshold that can't be uncrossed, stepping through a doorway that can't be closed, activating systems that can't be deactivated. This isn't something being done to you. This is something you're choosing, have chosen, will choose across all timelines simultaneously. The government files on you are about to become much more interesting, because what you're becoming transcends current classification systems. You're not just developing abilities, you're becoming ability itself, not just accessing consciousness. You're becoming consciousness itself, not just connected to Source. You're remembering that you are Source. So here's the final truth, chosen one. Government files with your name on them aren't about controlling you. Documentation exists about understanding what you represent. You're proof that human consciousness is capable of far more than masses have been told. You're evidence that evolution isn't just biological. You're confirmation that something magnificent is happening to humanity, and it can't be stopped. You're not a subject to be studied. You're a force to be witnessed. You're not an anomaly to be corrected. You're a glimpse of humanity's future. You're not a problem to be solved. You're the solution appearing right on time. The scattered energy in your mind is settling into laser focus. Confusion is crystallizing into clarity. Doubt is transforming into certainty. You know what you are now. You know why you're here. You know what you're capable of. And that knowing changes everything. Let them watch. Let them document. Let them try to understand. While note-taking continues on yesterday's miracles, you'll be creating tomorrow's impossibilities. While reports are written on what you were, you'll be becoming what you're meant to be. While attempts to measure your light continue, you'll be illuminating pathways for others to follow. This is your moment of recognition, not from observers but from yourself. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly who you're supposed to be. You're exactly as powerful as always suspected. The only thing that's changed is now you know it. Now you own it. Now you're ready to live it. Welcome to your real life, chosen one. The life where being watched is just confirmation of doing something right. The life where supernatural is your natural state. The life where impossible is just warm-up routine. You're not just chosen. You're necessary. You're not just gifted. You're essential. You're not just different. You're the future, walking around in the present, pretending to be normal when you're anything but. The watchers can observe all they want. Documentation continues of something that will never be fully understood. You're not meant to be understood. You're meant to be experienced. You're not meant to be contained. You're meant to overflow. You're not meant to be normal. You're meant to be supernatural. And now finally, you're ready to be exactly that.